Hi everyone, it's me, Lubna. Today is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video is going to be about how love is not a feeling, but rather a way of life. So before I get started on talking about that topic, I wanted to mention that I am again on the campus of the school where I'm currently taking my sociology and nutrition classes. And I just got out of my sociology class, and in today's class session we watched a documentary about meth use in the United States, and I thought that it was very interesting. And after watching the documentary, we discussed a little bit about the sociological terms and constructs and theories that were demonstrated in the documentary. So that was what I did this morning. So in today's video, I wanted to bring up a paragraph from this book I'm currently reading, The Road Less Traveled, A New Psychology of Love, Traditional Values, and Spiritual Growth by the psychiatrist Peck, MD. So yesterday, I started reading a subsection within a chapter titled Love is Not a Feeling. And I'll show you the beginning of that subsection. So here it is. And I wanted to read aloud the first paragraph of that subsection. So here it goes. I have said that love is an action, an activity. This leads to the final major misconception of love which needs to be addressed. Love is not a feeling. Many people possessing a feeling of love and even acting in response to that feeling act in all manner of unloving and destructive ways. On the other hand, a genuinely loving individual will often take loving and constructive action toward a person he or she consciously dislikes, actually feeling no love toward the person at the time, and perhaps even finding the person repugnant in some way. So that is the paragraph. And I think that when he says love is not a feeling, what he means is that real love is not something that wavers according to situations or circumstances. Like when we think about feelings are things that waver in accordance to how our environment is and what's going on around us. Like we feel a certain way in response to a stimulus outside of us. And I know that in that paragraph, he's talking about love in regards to the relationship between two individuals. And he's saying that real love is when you're able to love another person and act constructively and help that person, regardless of whether or not in that moment you like that person. And I think the same thing is true about our lives in general. Real love, living a life of love, is when you are able to love and be appreciative of your life, regardless of whether or not you like your life in the current phase or stage or moment. And life is very hard, and we all have days and periods of our lives in which we don't like our lives. Maybe we are going through some major life stressor, or there are people or situations or circumstances that we're in or involved with that might be causing us to dislike our life in the present moment. But just because we dislike our life doesn't mean that we can't love it and act constructively to improve it. And that is what I mean by love not being a feeling, but rather a way of life. When we think of love as a way of life, we don't waver in regards to loving our lives, regardless of what's going on in our lives and whether things are good or bad. When we really love, each and every single day, each and every single moment, and each and every single action is influenced by the love that we have within us. And that is what it means to not be, wavering in our love for life. And that is very applicable to my life right now, because things are definitely not what they could be and not what I expected them to be. Like at this time, in fact, a week from now, I believe, people who are in medical school, in their 4th year of medical school, have their residency applications due, and I was supposed to be in those shoes, but unfortunately I had to withdraw from medical school at the end of my 3rd year, so things did not turn out as expected for me. But instead of being down in the dumps and being disheartened, I decided to continue living and continue being inspired daily by things that I learn and see, and reading books, taking classes, moving forward, being hopeful for the future, because I treat love as a way of life and not something that is dependent on my situation or circumstances. I won't say that I hate my life because it didn't turn out as I expected it to. I love my life. I love everything about my life. I love even the hardships, even the unexpected failures, because ultimately, when I end up in the place that I want to be, I'll be grateful for each and every step of the way, including the hardships and the failures, because they were all instrumental in helping me get to my final destination. So I hope that by sharing the paragraph from this book and also my personal experiences and my own story, I could influence you to love your life as well, and not treat love as a feeling, but rather to treat it as a way of life, as something that influences everything you do from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep, every single day of your life from now on. Live with love in your heart. No matter what's going on around you, no matter how low in a place you are in your life, love your life unconditionally. So that is my message on living with love and treating love as a way of life rather than as a transitory feeling. I hope that I've inspired you with my message today, and I hope that you will use it today and every day for the rest of your life. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my video today, and I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.